Hey, this is Idea Coach's Coachy's from movie review for Samsara. Samsara is a movie that was filmed entirely on 70mm camera. It has some of the crispest visuals I've ever seen without the use of special effects. I was extremely excited to see this film once I saw the trailer. It's supposed to take place on like 5 continents and various large amount of different countries, showing different cultures throughout the world and different landscapes. If there was ever a movie that was pretentious and insisting upon itself, this is it. I don't know really where to begin because this movie is so large in its scope, but let's just get to a couple of things. One, like I said before, the movie is beautiful. It's a silent film, and one fear that I did have about the movie when I was walking into it was I thought they were going to use music from different parts of the world wherever they were filming at. Thankfully they did not. They have their own little soundtrack that actually went well with the visuals for the most part. It starts off in Tibet, and you have a bunch of kids and they're making something. You get to see what that something is at the end of the movie. They're making the design, and then the camera, well, these are children now, these are children, has a group of kids all looking directly at the camera like this. And the kids are not, the little boys maybe 8 years old doing this. Goes on forever. Go to Africa, they show a bunch of African children playing around with their mothers, and you see the mother do the same. I'm not gonna do it that long. Then it just kind of like stops and just comes to a grinding halt in the sense that all you see for the next, like, I don't know, 15, 18 minutes, which is an extremely long time with no music with lyrics and no words or dialogue being spoken in the movie, of just landscapes. And because of the very crisp visuals, you start to get the sense that this guy, the director, is trying to make his own like advertisement portfolio for different countries around the world, like, oh, come to Australia or come to Tibet, something like this. And you're sitting there, it's just 18 minutes long, and it just, oh, I don't even know if it was 18 minutes, it felt like an hour and a half. Then the movie kind of picks back up in themes per se. There's a bunch of just interesting things going on, and at the end of every little thing, or they can be maybe located in Tokyo, maybe located in Los Angeles, maybe located in a church or something like that, it always ends with a group of people or one person doing this. And then the camera's close enough, I can't focus camera. It does that to invoke some sort of thought into you. And I find this pretentious because when someone's looking directly at a camera, it's looking at you, the viewer. It's not like a movie where, you know, they have their world and we have ours in the real life. It breaks the fourth wall that way. And when someone's looking at you like that, not smiling, not saying anything, not even blinking, it forces you to feel uncomfortable about something. There is a couple of parts within the movie where there are some themes. There's a religious thing twice. There's a sex thing, a technology thing, and there's also a very good thing with the borders, like the different borders around the land. But there's one part that completely kind of like comes out of nowhere. This is probably within the first 45 minutes of the film, where you see a businessman. He's one of the only people that's featured solo that's not looking directly at the camera, nor does he look at the camera at any point within his short time being there. I'm assuming he's an actor, because he takes he gets off the phone. He doesn't say anything. Hangs up the phone. He looks like Agent Smith from The Matrix, takes some paint and sort of smeared it all over his face. And you're wondering, well, why is he doing this? Then he, in his green paint, he puts it all in his hair and starts doing this. Then he takes some red paint and makes like kind of like the Joker Heath Ledger smile. And he takes some dust and for no fucking reason. No fucking reason. There's one part with the sex thing with a bunch of it was actually pretty cool they did this, where you saw a shot of a number of sex dolls. You know, they're all kind of like lifeless. And then you see a close-up of a Thai woman or perhaps a lady boy, and then you see a bunch of Thai women or lady boys dancing like in a nightclub because they're considered like sex dolls. That was kind of cool. I don't know what was trying to insinuate with that, but it's a cool visual. Then you have another one with the Japanese geisha, and she's just walking and walking, and then the camera comes to her from her back. She turns around, and once again there's a very, very slow close-up shot, and then one tear comes down her eye. Why? For those who don't know, geishas are not actually like sex toys or anything like that. That's just something that American porn has done to Asian women. They don't, you know, they're not gonna like suck your cock or anything like that. Plus, who would want a bunch of fucking white powder down on their crotch all the time because of all that heavy white makeup? Ridiculous, ridiculous stuff. The one part that actually was a little bit more moving, and it's matter of fact, that actually didn't have real people. There's actually a part of the movie where there is a number of farm animals and how we get our food. That was actually, it was more powerful because of just how matter of fact it was. Same thing we said with all the destroyed plastic and machinery that goes off to places like China, certain parts of South America and Africa. Those places and how the people deal with all the waste that we consume and toss out because of all the gadgets and all the old, you know, obsolete electronics that we've accumulated over the years, and where all this stuff goes. Let me tell you something about recycling. If you're talking about recycling and it's like anything to do with plastic, it doesn't get reused. It gets burnt off like in China or some sort of third world country, and then all those people develop cancer because of all the toxic fumes that come from burning off plastic. So please try your best to lower your consumption of plastic. Other than that, then the movie, after those two segments, are actually very, very good, goes into this prison in the Philippines. I've seen this online with a bunch of dances. The warden makes all the prisoners do like a big dance, so whatever pop song is going on at the time, and I seen that. And then once again, they have all the prisoners, not all of them, but 4 or 5, look at the camera, and the pans in very slowly, not blinking, not smiling, making no gestures. And it's just to force you to feel uncomfortable. That's all it's doing. It's because since everyone has the same damn look, you feel the same damn way. So the women in Africa, the children to pet, the prisoners into the Philippines, the South Korean DMZ border guard. The DMZ is the place between North Korea and South Korea. They all look the fucking same. They all have the same facial expression. I'm not saying they all look the same as physically. They all have the same facial expression, and they all have the same amount of time looking at the camera very, very slowly. So you end up having the same fucking emotion, which is just general uncomfortableness. That's all it fucking is. That's all it fucking is. Then it goes into the religious theme for the second time in a much, much deeper and longer way. Oh my God, the Islamic one was just fucking forever. And then the movie just ends. I'm sorry, I looked on IMDb and there was one fan was praising it very highly. I really have to fucking say skip this. I was so pissed off because when I saw the trailer, it looked much more, I wouldn't say action-packed, but more things are going on. The thing is with the themes is that they come so late within the movie. It's like maybe pretty close to the halfway point, there's like no theme to this fucking movie. And so, going back to all those different shots of scenery where I believe the director is just trying to make his own portfolio for his advertisement abilities, I think that there should have been a landscape shot between the different themes, so it can, you know, it's like, okay, we're having the sex thing now, and then, you know, take a break. Then you have the thing about the plastic and the waste. Take a break from that. Then you can put another landscape scene, and then have another one about religion, and so on and so forth. I'm sorry, man, but this is just one of those movies. It's just my very first movie review, the Anderson Civil Rights War, where I was really looking forward to it, and I was really looking to walk on this camera and record myself praising this this documentary. But I'm sorry, man, I have to take a pass on that. Other than that, guys, I like to do movie reviews that most people don't do. So when I see some other indie movies, please watch out for those reviews. Subscribe and take care.